What's going on, everybody? Today I'm gonna have a little rant. Is today Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. We're gonna have a little rant Tuesday on this beautiful Tuesday. And this rant is gonna be about two different shops on the same day. So Friday before last, I had two things done. I had new tires put on, then I went down and got an alignment. Because of course I got new tires because they were going bald in the inside, which I guess it was camber, but it was actually the toe was out. So the first issue was with my front driver's side tire, which is why the Style 95 was on, is because it was leaking at the valve stem. Okay, and that was the shop's fault. They had tightened down the valve stem, mushroomed the rubber seal, and it was leaking. All right, whatever. Took it back to the shop twice, and they finally fixed it on the third time by just removing the metal valve stem and putting the plastic one in there. All right, whatever. Not my preference, but now it don't leak. It looks a little bit terrible. I got a hole where the valve stem should go. You know, I care more about it leaking necessarily than having this empty hole here where the valve should come through. They just put a little short stubby plastic valve, which I really don't mind, because on the rear I have a little short stubby valve in there as well, but I made it where I could put a piece of hardware in there. So all right, you know, it took them 3 times to figure it out, and it's figured out. All right, whatever. So that's a shop that you do work with, and they will make sure to correct their mistakes, and they don't charge you any extra because it should have been fixed when they did the original service. All right, and let's talk about the second type of shop, which is the shop or the person that you pay. The service is not correct. You don't argue or try to barter their price, and then they don't fix it. Which is going to be shop number 2 that day, which was my alignment. I like zero camber because I drive my car 35,000 miles a year. I don't want camber. I want my tires to last as much as possible. I'm doing a bunch of highway driving, so I want my tires to last. I don't want to be buying tires every 2-3 months. I don't know if y'all can tell in this picture, but this wheel has positive camber. I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom of the wheel is in further than the top of the wheel. So the top of the wheel sticks out further than the bottom of the wheel. Positive camber. And the person that aligned my car knew that it wasn't right when it came off the rack, because he asked me if I had a fender roller. And yes, I do have a fender roller, but a fender roller is not going to fix the fact that I have positive camber that wasn't positive before you did my alignment, and you didn't correct it before I left. So positive camber, and you can see that my lip is sticking out a solid, I don't know, inch and a quarter, inch and a half. And the wheel that has maybe -1 degrees of camber, it sticks out the lip at rod height maybe like ½ an inch, something like that. But then when it airs out, it airs in perfectly. And this is at rod height. He told me to, if I got a fender roller, which yes I do, he was like, oh, it looks positive, but you know, it's not positive. So I looked at it and I was like, it doesn't make any sense for my wheel to stick out that far. So I thought maybe the shop had put my front wheel in the back, because you know that all 3-inch barrels, the rear wheel is only ½ an inch wider than the front wheels. I think maybe they put the wheel on the wrong one, because of course you put the front wheels on the rear because the front has more back pad. It's gonna naturally stick out a little bit more. So I was like, all right, maybe that's what it is. But no, because the way I know that my back wheels, because my back wheels have the stubby valve stems on it. So I contacted him, sent him a message. He was like, all right, I get you right. That was that Friday. That Saturday, I ain't hear nothing. That Sunday, I sent him a message. He replied back like that Monday or something like that, like, yeah, all right. So then, now that was last week. So then I messaged him again, might be busy, whatever. But I expect people to have the same service and professionalism and courtesy that I provide to people. And I guess I put people to too high of a standard, or a standard they can't meet. Therefore, I have to cut all ties of business with them. Because it will be, today's Tuesday, so it has been 7 business days since he did my alignment. 7 business days, and then I get a message. He was like, oh, blah, 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 life event, whatever. So I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I will go, and I paid $140 for that alignment. I was like, all right, fuck it. I paid $140. You ain't gonna fix it. At this point, I don't want him touching my car at all. So I reached out to my boy, Richard, Arlene. He lives in Charlotte, Concord area. And I was like, hey, do you know a alignment guy, a shop, whatever, that can align my car? Because he also has a Mazda 6 and he has a low ride height. And he was like, yeah, check out my boy's shop. I was like, all right. I checked out his page, sent him a message, set up an appointment, told him 2014 Mazda 6, bagged, low ride height. I looked on his page. He's a line car that has ride heights way lower than my car. So I was like, all right, bet. My appointment is for Thursday. He sent me, and like I said, this is as of, 17th of October. He sent me, the pricing was $150 and then $20 if he has to take off the rear wheel to do the alignment. Because on this car, you can't adjust the camber arms, and you really can't see it, but you can adjust the camber arms with the wheel on the car. So you have to take the wheel off the car, do your camber adjustment, tighten it back up, throw the wheel back on, sit it back down off the rack, reset the alignment machine. So he said $20 extra to get to pull the wheel off. And I was like, all right, no problem. So that's in 2 days. So I'm gonna try the prep for my alignment. I need to get my rear wheel back on, and then I think I am going to attempt to fix my camber on this wheel. But I do want to fix this because I cannot air out, and that's what's been killing me, is that I've been having this high ride height and I can't air out because the fender sits on the tire. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what airing out looks like. It looks like that. The car won't air out. I can't even do a decent ride height because at my regular ride height, then the fender scrapes the tire and the car just smoking like all get out. Riding around monster height, and also riding around with my wheel poking out, looking crazy, on top of riding around looking broke with mismatched wheels. So, sometimes you can't win for losing, but I do respect a shop that is all about fixing their mistakes and making sure the customer is good to go, especially when I don't argue with people prices. I don't argue with people prices. You give me a price, if I don't want to pay it, I don't pay it. I'm not going to argue you with your prices when you have a business, especially if it is your business. If it is your business, I'm going to support your business. I'm going to pay you your price. It is what it is. So if I ask you for an inquiry and you tell me your alignment $250, I don't be like, oh, can you do it for $230? I'm gonna be like, all right, I appreciate it, and I'm gonna go find somebody else. I don't argue with people's prices when it's their business. If you're a photographer and you charge $100 to take pictures of my car, if I don't pay you $100, I ain't gonna pay you $100. I'm not gonna barter with you and say, oh, can you do 80? Can you do a hookup? Can you do it for 50? And then I get you some followers? No. If I don't like your prices, if I don't think it's worth it, or if I ain't got the money or whatever, I'm not going to argue with your prices. I'm just not going to utilize your service. So the guy was doing it. He said $140. I was like, bet, line my car. He jacked it up. So now I got to take another day off work drive an hour and 20 minutes to Concord and pay another $150 or $170 if you gotta take my wheel off to get a proper alignment. So y'all be careful of who is working on your stuff. Make sure they are consistent, make sure they are effective, and make sure that they love what they do and that they're going to make sure that what they say they're going to do is what they're going to do, and that they do the job 100% and not 75%. They can't do it right 3 times and then get it wrong on the 4th and then not try to correct what the issue was. And if y'all made it through that whole 11-minute rant that I just did, if I didn't chop it and cut it up and cut stuff out, if y'all made it through that rant, leave "it's alright bro" in the comments. It's alright bro. Whether you want to do ITE or you want to be proper spell out, it's alright bro. Leave it in the comments. Say it's alright bro. It's alright bro. Broski. Brodozer. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, well, life got busy. And I did not take the camera out the rear, so I will let the shop do it today. And I thought my tire was fixed, but it is flat. So I will take one of my spare valve stems to the shop, and I will see if the guy can do it for me. But I'm going to wash it a little bit because the car is dirty, and then I will get headed to the shop. All right, boys and girls, mostly boys, 99.9% boys. So I'm on my way to the shop in Concord. I don't remember what the name of the shop is. I'll put it up here. And I'm gonna have him do my alignment, to have him check the whole thing, do my alignment. And I also brought an extra valve stem so that if he has time, hopefully he can try to fix my tire leak that so far the other shop can fix after 3 times. So I'm tired of taking it to him because at this point I don't know. They shouldn't have touched the valve stem. My wheels weren't leaking before. They tightened the valve stem for God knows whatever reason, and now whatever. My appointment is at 11. I should be getting there at 10:32, but I'm going to stop and get me some food since I'm a little bit early, so I'll probably be there about 10:45, something like that. So I didn't wash the car. The car's dirty, brake dust on the wheels. The inside of the car is dirty, but it smells good though. I do have my car air freshener that I got from nobody other than Garage Manifest Garage. I always get it backwards. So if you want some of these straight from Japan, this one is the lemon squash. It smells excellent. So even though my car looks dirty, it smells good and refreshing. All right, I found the shop. Got some nice Subbies over here. I'm gonna find somewhere to park, and we're gonna go in here and try to get this thing set up for a alignment. So streamline performance. Hopefully he'll get me right today. So my baby is done, aligned, and everything is good to go. Everything is aligned. The camber is fixed. Valve stem is not leaking anymore, so I'm happy. This is the waiting room, which is cool. Plenty of room. They offer water, TV. I had a little bit of a nostalgia moment running through these magazines and stuff. I miss paper-based stuff. And they do most of the Subaru stuff, engine builds, all that fun stuff. I don't think they do any tuning or anything like that. But yeah, if you need anything, especially if you got Subaru, but alignment, anything like that, hit up Streamline Performance and come look them up, and they will get you hooked up and ready to go. So yeah, They did me a solid. I got my alignment straight, got my tire fixed, fixing other people's mistakes. And now I'm going to go to House of Ling, my boy Richard's People Restaurant, and get me some food because I'm hungry. So I'll bring y'all along with me and let's go. All right, let's go check out House of Ling, get some lunch. Back home, it feels good to be able to air out again and not be sitting on the tire. However, the front wheel is still leaking. So I don't know. It seemed like the hole was a little messed up on the outside. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But that's starting to get on my nerves right there. So I don't know. Maybe this weekend I'll take the wheel off, I'll deflate it, and put some silicone or something around there and hope that it seals. But it got a little leak on it, and had to fill it up twice on the way back home. With an hour and 20-minute trip, had to fill it up twice. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably take it off and silicone around it. But I will say that I can't say enough, can't give bigger thanks to Jacob at Streamline, because he hooked me up. So if you're in the Concord area, or if the Concord area is somewhat close to you and you need an alignment, if you have a Subaru, that's where you need to go, because the man works on Subarus. So if you have a Subi, by all means, that's where you need to go. But if you need general stuff like alignments, take it to him. If he can align mine, he can align y'all's, because he got to take the back wheel off to align my car. So hit Jacob up. I will have his Instagram and his information in the comments. Support local, support good people, support people who do good work, period, because it's hard to find good people that do honest, good work, and Jacob seems like he is one of them. So in all things you do, think, build, enjoy. Sorry for this long video, but if y'all made it to the end, I appreciate y'all. Consider liking, subscribing, and yeah, so peace.